Everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. Today we're going to talk about Jupiter in your ninth house. What is Jupiter? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the characteristics of Jupiter, the different aspects of Jupiter, and Jupiter itself. So let's talk about what is Jupiter. So Jupiter is an older planet. Jupiter is considered a teacher, a guru, a mentor. Okay, so Jupiter is connected with being dharmic because it owns house 9 and house 12 in the Kalpurush Kundali. So house 9 is your father, is your dharma, it's your spirituality, it's your foreign travel, your long distance travel. So Jupiter definitely rules all of that. The father, the foreign travel, or the long distance travel, the spirituality, the higher studies, PhD level studies, because it's a guru, it's a teacher, it's a mentor. So that's what Jupiter is. Jupiter is also all about ethics, integrity, meditation. Okay. Jupiter is a planet of expansion. Okay. It provides expansion for, in the sense, it provides you good benefits from your children. It gives you good children. If Jupiter is benefit for your horoscope, you'll have good children. You'll have good partners, whether in business or in life. You'll have good real estate, good property, good family, good mother, good father, good mentors, teachers. Okay, so Jupiter, as long as it's benefit for your horoscope, you should see all those things in your life. Okay, Jupiter is a very ethical planet. If you see Jupiter sitting on a house, most likely that house is going to be very ethical and very integrity oriented home, unless there's malefic influences on that house, such as Rahu either sitting with it or aspecting it, or Shani, Saturn, sitting with it or aspecting it, or Mars, etc. So those kind of influences then will tag on, or Ketu. So Jupiter is also a very righteous planet. Okay, it is considered more like a saint. So, and it's considered a lazy planet also. It does bestow lots and lots of prosperity. So if it's aspecting a certain house and that house is connected with wealth somehow, you can be sure you'll get wealth. Again, as long as there are no associations in that house. So let's talk about the aspects of the house. What aspects does Jupiter have? And then we'll go into the house that the Jupiter is sitting in. So the fifth aspect, Jupiter has 3 aspects. It has the 5th aspect from its house, from where it's sitting in, and then it has a 7th aspect from where it's sitting in, and then it has a 9th aspect from where it's sitting in. So we'll talk about the 5th aspect. 5th aspect of Jupiter is considered one of the best aspects. So if you think about 5th house in the Kalpurush Kundali, 5th house is considered the house of your past life good deeds. So when Jupiter is placing that 5th aspect on the 5th house from where it's sitting, it is giving you that blessing based on your past good deeds that you have done. So you care for that house like your child, and that house may also care for you like you are its child. So that's one of the best aspect to have, because that's an aspect that you get without doing anything, without lifting a finger. You get that because you're bringing it from your past life's good deed. The second aspect that you get is 7th aspect from where it's sitting. Now that aspect is basically a give and take. So if you give good in that relationship, you get good back. But you want that aspect to be really good. So Jupiter blessing it helps you. If you want that aspect to be good, then Jupiter is going to help you. For example, if you have that aspect on your 7th house, if you're going to give good to your kids, if you're going to be nice to them, if you're going to treat them well, they're going to treat you well. They may still treat you well regardless because of Jupiter's 7th aspect. But can you imagine if you treat them well, they're going to treat you so much better? So that's kind of like your seventh aspect. Now, if there's malefic influences, things will change. Now, ninth aspect, Jupiter has a third aspect, which is the ninth aspect from it, from where it's sitting. Now, that is your life's topmost goal, is kind of what you feel. But Jupiter is always blessing it. Okay. So that will seem like a struggle for you in your life, that it's struggle. This is something I can't get lifted up. So let's say, for example, if that aspect is on your seventh house, okay, you may feel like relationship with your spouse, or seventh house is also business feels like a struggle. But eventually Jupiter is going to bless you where that relationship can take off. It can become good for you, but it's going to require struggle from you. It's going to require a lot of effort from you. You have to really want to do it. And then Jupiter will help, will give its blessing. You can't just sit there and say, I'm not going to do anything with this aspect. Well, then Jupiter's not going to be able to, it can only give so much blessings to it, right? Now, again, if there's anything malefic in your horoscope, if Jupiter is a functional malefic, those things will take time. Jupiter is still a very benefic planet because that's its innate nature. It's going to be benefic to you. So those are the aspects, right? Let's talk about Jupiter in your ninth house. What happens when Jupiter sits in your ninth house? Okay, so Jupiter, like I said, when it sits in a house, it takes away something from that house. So what is house 9? House 9 is your father. It's your guru. It's your teachers. It's your spirituality. It's your dharma, religion. Could be righteousness, to be considered your religion, but it's also the house of righteousness because Jupiter originally owns ninth house in the Kalpurush Kundli. So ninth house is house of ethics, integrity, righteousness, because those are the qualities of Jupiter. It's wisdom. It's also your long distance travels. So Jupiter represents a lot of these higher education, your PhD level studies. All of that is represented by Jupiter. Now, Jupiter sitting in the ninth, all of that is represented by the ninth house. Okay. Now, Jupiter sitting in this house could take away something from that house. It could be your ethics. It could be your dharma, your religion. It could be your righteousness. It could be issues with your father. Maybe you have an absent father. Maybe father is always working. You don't see him. Maybe your father is not available. Maybe you don't have a good guru, teacher. You're always looking for a good guru or teacher and you can't find one. Or maybe you don't have a good guru and teacher that you thought was good, but they're not good. They steered you wrong, perhaps. All of that stuff can be seen from ninth house. Perhaps you want to do a foreign travel and you're not able to do it, and that's very hard for you. Those are the things Jupiter could give you when it's sitting in the ninth house. Now let's talk about the 3 aspects. As I mentioned, the 5th aspect of Jupiter is the most benefic one. So from here, the 5th aspect of Jupiter is going to be on your house 1, first house. First house is what? The house of self. It is you, your vitality, your health. So when Jupiter's aspecting the first house, sitting in the 9th house, it's going to give you the best health. Okay? You're going to look great. You're going to feel great in terms of your looks and your health. Perhaps you're you eat healthy. Perhaps you exercise healthy. It's going to just automatically come to you. You're going to do those things automatically. Yeah, it may come to your head that you need to do it, but you're going to do it. You're going to have self-confidence. You're going to have self-esteem. Okay? Maybe it's not there, but when you tell yourself, I have it, it comes fast. It comes easy. So, great looks most of the time with the 5th aspect on the first house. Let's talk about the next aspect, which is on the 3rd house. What is 3rd house? 3rd house is the house of hard work, short-term travels, media, communication. It is also your younger siblings, all of that. So when Jupiter is sitting in the 9th house with the 7th aspect to your 3rd house, you may have a little bit of issues with your younger siblings. I wouldn't even call it issues. Like I said, you get what you give. So if you put in the work in the relationship with your younger siblings, you're going to get that back many folds, because Jupiter is blessing that third house with its seventh aspect. If you believe your communication is lacking a little bit and you work on it, you're going to get that back many folds. Your short distance travels, you may feel that, I wish it could be better. And you go do your short distance travels and you actually say, I'm enjoying it. You may actually enjoy it because Jupiter is blessing it. Same with hard work. You got to go and do the hard work and Jupiter will bless you. So those are the things that you can see from house third when Jupiter is giving it its seventh aspect. Now the ninth aspect of Jupiter is going to be on house five. All right. Again, like I said, the ninth aspect is going to be one of the most struggling aspects. What is house five? House five is your fame. It's your recognition, your status kind of recognition, not your income recognition, but more of a status. It's also your knowledge, your overall knowledge. House five is your children. It is your love, your romances, your passion in that. It's your self-expression. How do you express yourself? Okay. So when Jupiter puts its ninth aspect on it, if you feel that this is the area that you're lacking in, perhaps you want that good relationship with your children. Perhaps you want that good relationship with your romances. You're going to have struggle. But because you have the ninth aspect on it, if you try to work on it with full heart, full faith, full everything, you're going to get it. Jupiter is going to bless you. Jupiter is sitting there wanting to bless you. Got to make the effort. If you make the effort, you're going to get blessed. So make the effort to make that relationship right with your children. Put the ego aside. Talk to them. So most of the time when the ninth aspect, it comes after the age of about 45. That's when you think, okay, I need to fix that house. I need to do something for that house. That's kind of when you start to look at the ninth house as if it even matters sometimes. So if you resonate with any of my readings here, please write in the comments if you have Jupiter in your fifth house and if you feel that that's what's happening in your life. And if you want your personal horoscope read and want us to give you advice on your life, how you can make it better, how you can lead a happy life, what can you do to improve your income, things like that, reach out to us. We'd love to help you. Fill out the link in the form below and we'll get back to you. And please hit like, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon and we'll see you soon.